Welcome back. We're doing another Sudoku. It's been ages since I've been here, but we just finished uni, so I've got plenty of time on my hands. So we're going to get into Xandwich basically straight away. But before we do, I have created 20 new cryptic crosswords. So I've put them all on a website. They're free. So if you guys want to go check them out, play them, let me know what you think. I'll just give you a few examples. This is the website I've slightly created. I'm no website maker. I'm just a person. So I've got links to the first 10 I've made, and then here's a few examples, just simple, some Sudokus, and then we've got like a Minesweeper version, so it's like a Minesweeper Sudoku crossover. This is my favorite. I've created like three of these, and then we've also got like a Maze Sudoku crossover. So there we go. We've got a few extra Sudokus for you guys, because I know I love doing them. So why not create a few for you guys too? They're all solvable. They've all been tested, so they're really fun. But let's get back to what we're doing today. Xandwich number 12. I will plan to hopefully get a few more of these out as well, but I mean, we see how we go. That's whatever I'm enjoying doing at the moment. Rules today, sandwich, basically simple. The digits, like for this 15 here along this bottom row, between the 1 and the 9, those four digits in there must sum to 15. Pretty simple. And then partial xv, things on a v must sum to 5, so 2 and a 3 sums to 5. Things on an x must sum to 10, so like a 1 and a 9 would sum to 10 pretty easily. Pretty simple rules today. Nothing crazy. But yeah, it's been ages since I've been here, so it might be a bit of a slow one today. But I'm happy to get back into it. So um, things about XVs. So ones and I think I'm just going to go around and label all the spots where ones and nines can't go. Like this can't be a 1 and a 9 because then there's can't get 15 in between them. So I'm just going to go grey. Same with that X over there. So 15, got a little cheat code up here. I'm not doing maths in my head at the moment. Um, Obviously a 9 can't go anywhere on a X on a V. Apart from that it can go anywhere. A 30 has to have a minimum of 5 digits, which means that can't get 5, that can't get 5. So there's no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so there's no 1 or 9 in those ones, as you can't get. So the 1 or 9s has to be on the outside here. Okay. No, that can still be a 4 and a 1. Okay, cool. Once again, we can't have 1 or 9s on these ones. I'm assuming this 30 is going to be the same. Yep, so we can't have any on the middle 3. Okay, this 15, it can have a lot of possibilities. The 30 has a lot of possibilities. Because we can still have 1 there, 5, and then 1 at the edge, yes. I think the key to solving this is trying to figure out where the 1s and the 9s can realistically go. But we're just going to label all these 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so one of these has to be a 1, 2, one of these has to be a 3, 4, which means a 1 and a 9 is 100% on this. Okay, let's say a 1 goes here, 4 goes there, you can't get that now to sum to 9, because you would have to go 1, 4, 1, 9. So the 1 has to be on the inside with a 9 in the middle. Okay, we're going to label, and then one of these is a 1, like this. And then one of these is not a 4, a 5. Because one has to be next to a 4, right? And we need to get 5 in between the 1 and the 9. The only way we can do that is through the center. Let's label them like this. Only one of them is a 9. Okay, the ways we can make 6 are either 2 plus 4 in there, or just a plain 6, which means the one has to go there somewhere, which means this is another one like this. None of those are grey. And a 1 going there means that this can't be the 1-4, so it's a 2-3 pair. And a 2-3 pair means that this can't have a 2-4, so that's a 6. It's going pretty smoothly. 1 there means a 1 can't go there, which means a 4 can't go up there because of the XV rule. And no 1 or 9 there. Okay, so this 10, looking like the 1 or 9 is going to be either there or there, around the outsides. Okay. This one doesn't help line up with anything. Okay, 15 now. Doesn't help us actually. Well, we know there can't be 4 in between. But there has to be a 2 or a 3, so it can't be the 7, 8. Which means we've got 3 in between, which means we're like this. And things are going pretty smoothly at the moment. And I think that's going to be our next point of check there, but we'll confirm this. All of these, nope, 4, 5, 6 does not have a 2, 3. Nice and easy. Now, 25, how many does this need then? 1. If this is a 1, it would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits to sum to 25, which we can very easily do. Be nice if we couldn't. It would be very nice if we couldn't, but alas. I mean, this 30 now has to have a 2 or a 3 on it. Okay, that's useful because 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 does not have a 2 or 3, which means we are 6 digits across. Which means neither of these can now be a 1 or a 9. Because that is, yes. So we're either like this, or we're like this. And 5 does not go in between, so that means there's a 5 in one of the corners. Okay. Okay, interestingly, 1 in this column has to go either there or there. Which means the 4 has to go either there or there. Which means the 9 has to go either there or there. So all of these are potentially, which means none of these cells can be. So I think we're just going to go around proving whether some of these can't be pink. And once we do that, we should be able to, you know, get our stuff down. Because we still need a 1 in this row. A 9. So I mean, given that that can't be a 1 or 9, that means that can't be a 1 or a 9. But that doesn't really. And that's the same principle. It's 25. Would be. We do need 5 in between. Because now we can't get 4 in between. Because 4 would need that. Has to be a 1 and a 9. We've established it can't be. So therefore all of these aren't 1 or 9. And we have a 1 or 9 up here. I think so. Yeah, I'm locking that in. Why not? My logic sounds pure. So we're just going to roll with it. because I back myself. Which means this is our 9 and this is our 1 over here. No 1 or 9s in there. Which means we've ruled out everything but these two for 1 and 9s at the bottom. I mean, that's no 1 or 9. I mean, that's a 4, so it can't be 1 or 9. 1 and 9 means a 5 is in there, and all of these are not 1 or 9s. Ah, there's 30 up here, right? Because either it's 4 and we're like this, or it's 5 and we've got some other combo, but we can't have the 1 and 9 over here, which means there has to be a pink up here. Which means this is no longer a pink. Because we have, that has to be, I mean, the 9. And the 1's over here. Which means, to get our 4, we need our 4 in there. These are confirmed 1 or 9s now. Nope, let me get rid of this. So that's to be the 1, that has to now be the 9 to get that 4 to work. That's 2, 3, so this is now a 2, 3 pair down here. Okay, a 9, 4, well given, we can't get 5, wow, my brain's working a million miles an hour. Okay, this row, I've just seen that right now, we've got a 9, we can't put a 1 there, and obviously only a 3 can go, so 9 has to go 9, 3, 1, like that. These are all no longer, that's a 2 through the 5. 5 digits, we can't, is it 5? It can be 5 or 6, so still these can be both. That 1 makes that a 9, that a 1. In between has to go a 4. That can still be anything. We know these can't be 1 or 9 now. And we need a 9 in here somewhere. One of those two. Oh yeah, now this middle one, the 1 and 9 has to be here. Like we're just creating ends basically. So that has to be the 9 then, that has to be the 1. These are also no longer 1 or 9s. Okay. I felt like I've made a mistake, but no I haven't. We change it back to duplicates only, because, why am I thinking of making a mistake? Oh, that's stupid, because I'm like, well, I can't put a 1 anywhere here. So this 9 doesn't work, which means obviously it's not this. So this is the 9. And then this also is now this not 1. But that means it's the 6, which means there's no 5 in the 6, so the 5 just goes up there in the corner. Nice and lovely. That doesn't have anything. Well, I mean that pencils this in for the 1 and the 9 down here. That's a 1, that's the 9. Once again, it's a 6, which means the 5's on the outside. We can't get a 9 in there. These all can't be. Well, this looks like, so either, no, 9 has to have 2 digits in between. That's a 9 in pink. 9's a little bit of actual normal Sudoku now. That has to be the 9. And the 1 has to be there. Cool, easy. I think we've got all the 1 and 9's now. 1's, 9's. Cool. That's a nice little thing. So we could just uncolour the grid, I think. We might need to leave the 1's and the 9's highlighted because it just helps me mentally. Okay. Where to now? I feel like we made good progress. This 25 has to have 5 digits. It's 15. Okay, so 15 has to have 3 digits in the middle and then 2 tens. I mean, they're all got it actually. I mean, I guess that means there is a 5 in here. Confirmed. And it's obviously not there. And that 5 can't go there. So that's a 5. Oh no, we're doing this way. What am I doing? Nope, not a 4. That's a duplicate. Okay, let me just rethink here. I was like, that's way too many numbers. So looking at this clue still. 15. 258. Oh, it can't have a 4. We've already got a 4 in the box. So it's either 3 with a 5 and a 7. I think a very similar thing applies, that it has to have a 5. Okay, let's say it's 267. 267. In here, our leftover digits that we can sum to 10 are... We don't have any, because it's 283746. 19283746. And we can't do 1819 obviously. We wouldn't be able to do 28 because there's already 2. We wouldn't be able to do 37 because there's a 7. And we wouldn't be able to do 46. This is not the 267. Which means it's either the 258 or the 357. Which makes sense. And same principle actually. It has to have a 5 and it has to go there. So I was right. But I got lucky. That means there's a 5 in there. There's a 5 down there. There's a 5 there. And this is obviously the 7 8. The other one of those. The 6 can't go there. Up in a corner. It'd be lovely to get some 7 or 8s off the board kind of thing. That would be amazing. So this clue is now useless to us. This doesn't, I don't think it provides me any value. I mean, I guess 4 can't go anywhere there. Because of the box, so the 4 has to go there or there. Okay, so can the 4 go on the 25? Yes. It can. Which is... Sometimes you just want things to not work so you know what doesn't work. It's pretty simple. Okay, this 30. The 3 more digits that can go in here are the 7, the 8, the 6, 7, 8 in these. Which means this now has to be a 432. I mean, we already knew that, like that hasn't provided anything here. So what do we still need in here? Obviously we know 4 has to go on one of the outsides now. Does that break anything? Okay, this 30. The 4 has to now go one of those two. Because there's 4 in the other boxes. Is that the same for any other number? The 3, the 2, the 6. No. Oh, there's 9. Okay. Maybe this can sort us out. Can't have a 4 in it. So it's either 2 7 or 3 6. 2 7 3 6. And once again, I don't think that helps us move forward at all. 25, it has to have a 5 in it. Yeah, okay. I think 5 can't go there, obviously. Because 5 plus 5 can't go in a 10. There should be something like the 5s we've done, the 4s. We can't really do anything with that, can we? Yeah, I mean, we know that can't be a 3. But that doesn't really help us anyway. I mean, maybe this kind of connection helps us. Like if that's a 3, that has to be 2 and that has to be 3. If that's a 2, that has to be 3, that has to be 2. So if our 2s are like this, does that break anything? No. What if it's our 3s that are like this? Assuming that won't do anything either. I mean, but one of them has to go up there. And then the other one has to go somewhere and... Oh yeah, okay, so 2 3s. This is a 2 3, this is a 2 3, so it can't go there or there. Also a 2 3, so it can't go there. So this has to also be a 2 3, which means it can't be a 4. And our remaining digits here are 7 and 8. Okay, let's say this is a 2. This has to be a 3, which makes this a 2, which makes this a 3. If that's a 2, that's a... oh, not a 3 confirmed. That's a 2 or 3. That's still a 2 or 3. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's a 2. That's a 3. But if that's a 2, that's now an 8. And that's an 8. That means that is now a 7. So this has an X in between it. If that is a 2 or a 3. If that is a 2 or a 3, that has an X there. Is what I've just come to realize. Cool. Let's see if that piece of information actually helps us at all later on. Now, I mean 2, 3, 4. We did put a 4 in, so maybe that helps us narrow down some 4s. Not really. I mean 2, 3, 7, 8, 5. So this has to be a 7, 8, 5 combo in here, which doesn't help. There's 9, 2, 7, or 3, 6. Really struggling on figuring out what I'm doing here. Like, what's the next step? Because it's 30, like, I don't see how I can get that down to anything. I mean, what's this? This is a 6, 7, 8 combo. With a 6 on the edges. I mean, that's also a 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we're looking like we just got these all these 2 3s and these 6 7 8 triples. It's not really helping. The 5s can't go there. I mean, the 5 has to go there realistically in that box because it can't go there, can't go there, can't go on a thing. This box, it can't go on one of those. So the 5 has to go there. Alright, so the only place 5 can go in this column is there. And then we've got, and then does that mean the only place we can place 5 in this row is there? Okay, now we've got a pretty simple wing pattern, which I don't think we can solve just yet. Now what does that change? That means that that now has to be 7 8. Oh, I'm gonna have to check this again to make sure that this 7 and 8. It will just say that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 2. That 3 meaning that's a 7, which means that's an 8, which means that's a 7, which means that's an 8. And that doesn't break for any reason, I don't think. And obviously the same way around if that was the 2 and the 8. I mean, it just means that that can't be a 6. That might be more likely to be a 6. 2 3 7 8 2 3 7. I mean, what's this row? 1 2 3. Got a 4. Got a 5. Got a 6. Got a 7 8. Okay, that doesn't. Nothing can help us narrow that down. I mean, if that's a 5, that's a 5, that's a 5. If that's a 5, that's a 5, that's a 5. If that's a 5, these can be whatever the fuck they want. So think if that's a 5, that's a 5, that's a 5. But if that's a 5, these guys can be whatever the fuck they want. Cool. Next step, what is it? I swear that's it. The next step, is that a movie? Is it a movie? I mean, it sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you where it's from. $15. Does that help us in any way? Okay, it might be time to look at this 25. So in the 25, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. So that's missing a 4 and a 6. 3 and a 7. Of course, so whatever this is sums to 10 as well. Right, so this has to sum to 10. Because what we've got 25 plus 10 plus 10 is 45, and 45 is the digits 1 to 9 summed. So which means they can't have a 4 or on either side, so the 4 has to be inside, so it can't be that. Which now also means we have to have a 6 inside. 6 can't go there. And 6 can't go there. So I mean that's a 6 now. And the 4. The 4 can go anywhere there still. Great. Yeah, can we narrow it down any more? So it's either a 2-8 that misses out or 3-7. Hmm. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we could have an 8 in here, but if we don't, it has to be out here. I mean, this is kind of... I mean, we can't have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can have everything there. But here, we can't have... We can only have a 3. We can have all the high numbers. 6, 7, 8. Then here we can have a 2, a 4, and all the high numbers 6, 7, 8. But a 3 here means out of the high numbers we can only have 6, 8 over there. We can't have 6, 8. And 2, 4 means we can't have a 7 there. I mean, that's just, it's not going to get us anywhere doing this. Yeah, I think figuring out this 25 will help us figure out this 30, or figuring out this 15. But once I think we get one of these 30s done, it's going to be super easy. There is a 6 there. This row I'm shooting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. Okay. We've done this, we haven't done this, we've done that, we've done that. We haven't done that. We haven't done, haven't done, have done, have done, have done, haven't, haven't. I guess we can work backwards here as well. I think, can we force this to be a certain one through here? No, but let's say if that, I mean, if that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 2. That 3 makes that a 7. That 2 makes that an 8, which makes that a 7, which makes that an 8. So it also works the other way around. If that's an 8, that has to be the 8 up there. So whatever that is, basically. Actually going to color code this. So whatever's there is there. And we're going to say that is green. And whatever's there ends up being, no, whatever's there ends up being there, which is orange. And whatever's ever there ends up being there, which is red. Whatever's there ends up being there, which is yellow. But if I make this the 7, that now puts 7 as an orange. So I can make that a 7 to force that to be an 8 as well. I can also make this a 7 or an 8. But see, none of this, I don't know where I'm going here. I'm just praying. As you can see, I am not a religious man, unfortunately. So, no answers. Okay. Can remove all of these. 2, 3, 7, 8. Now, where do we go from here? This is truly stumping me. Okay, well, I mean, we know a 4 has to go here. Okay, let's say a 4 does go there. The 4 now has to go in there as well. But if a 4 goes there, 4 goes there. It has to go in there. Which doesn't, I mean, we knew that. If that's a 6, can that be a 6? Because if that's a 6, that means the 4 has to go there. Which means the 4, 6 has to go there. Okay. If that's a 6, the 4 can now only go there in that row. But then the 4 now has to go on this. It can't because that's a 6. So that can't be a 6. Which means in this thing, 5 and 6 can't go there. 5 and 6 can't go there because a 4 can't go there. 5 and 6 can't go there. So this is now a 5, 6 pair. Now hopefully this has helped us crack this. So the numbers that can go here now are only 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, I mean that doesn't help us that much. I mean the 4 now has to be here. So this up here has to either be a 2, 3, 7, 8. I mean this can't be a 2, 4. Can we say the same thing about a 6? Go on here. If a 6 goes there, no. Because yeah, 6 goes there. So 6 can't go in any of those 3, I don't think then. Because if a 6 goes there, the 4 has to go there. 4 needs to be over here. But the 6 can't go there, so a 6 can also not go there for the same reason. No, the 6 can go there, because then the 4 can also go on the same side, and the 4 and 6 over there. I mean, we could also do a bit of trial out with this 4. If that's a 4 as well, like this. Yeah, how does that restrict our 4 placement? Anyway, not really. What about if this is a 4 as well? Since that's a 4, means that's a 4. Then we have a 4 wing, if that is a 4 there. Which doesn't break. What if this is a 4? As you can see, I'm just praying something lands in my lap here. I mean, if that's a 4, that's a 4. Which means that's a 4. Which means that's a 4 and that's a 4. No. And that's a 4. So that's our 4s if that one on the X is a 4. So our 6s would be here, here, here. There. Okay, I'm going to label this orange, with this as being our starters, meaning that these are all now 6s. Including there. Which can't happen. Okay. Okay. We might be somewhere. Starting here, if that's a 4, these are already all 4s. That can't be a 4, which means a 4 has to go there in that box. And in this box it has to go there now, which means it has to go up there, which means it has to go there. 3, 3, 3. So those would all have to be 4s. And the 6s will now have to both be going there to get this 10, so that can't be a 4. Which means that's our 4. Which means this is a 4, 6. Which means this now adds up to 10 as well. And this adds up to 10. We just got a whole bunch of shit adding up to 10. Okay, this 4. Not really helping us at all. 6, 7, 8, 2, 3 are the only digits left now, okay. Let me just write them all down. 6, 7, 8, 2, 3. 3 can't go there, 2 can't go there. And no 6s in there. That has to be a 7, 8, which means there has to be a 6 in there. Sixes like this. Has to be in a corner down here. Okay. I mean, now that can't be a 4, so this can't be a 6 over here. And if that can't be a 6, this can't be a 3. 2, 3, 4 means this has to be 8, 7, 3. Which means this now can only be, because these now have to add up to 10, right? So this can only be 2, 3, 7. 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 now has to go out here. Okay. Like, I mean, if I can prove that this can't be a 2, or something in here, like this will all break, hopefully. We're starting here. This, if let's say if this is a 2. That doesn't actually get the needle rolling at all. 7. We'll go with a 7. This is be 2, 3. This can't be a 3. No. Let's just scrap that entirely, because it gets me nowhere. Once again, like, I'm just so missing something. I am so missing something that I need to figure out what it is. Maybe it's this top one. I mean, 6, 7, 8 up there. We need a 2 or a 3 here. Plus the rest of 6, 7, 8. This I don't see what gives me the break. Like, there's not something I feel like I can see that I need to solve. We know there is a 6 here. So there has to be a 2 or 3 here. I mean, one of the two has to be here. It can't be both. So whatever goes there goes there. Let's say it is the 3 we know. That doesn't do anything. And if it's the 2 we know, it's the same thing. Except that puts us a 2 there, and that doesn't work. If that's a 2, that has to be a 2. Well, it doesn't have to be, because that can be the 2 with 3 there. I mean, if that's the 2, let's say that's a 2. That's a 2. That's a 2, that's a 2. Which means that has to be a 2, and there's no place for a 2 to be, so that can't be a 2. And we know we need either a 2 or 3, so that's a 3. We're just going to rock with it. Once again. I hope that made sense for you. It made sense up in my mind, and at the moment that's good enough. Because I am 7, 6, 8 means that that's a 7. That can't be a 3 now. This is mean 2, 3, 7 at the bottom here, which means this is 5, 2, 8. 5, 6, 8. 6, 8. We did get a 3. So maybe we can solve some 3s. Maybe we also did get a 7. That doesn't help us either. I mean, we can just run a hypothetical 8 here. And that's then turns to 5, that goes to a 6. And it kind of stops there, I think. I think. making that. If that's a 2, let's run that hypothetical. That turns to an 8. That turns to a 6, which means that turns to 8. That turns to a 7. It's a 3. That's a 2. That's a 3. It's a 7. That's now an 8. 2, 7 means that's now 6. Oh, a 6 can't go there. We have to have 6 in here. So that can't be a 2. Now this one is one I'm going to check because I don't feel how confident I am in that. 3, 7, 2, 8. We're just going to put that back. If that's a 2, that has to be a 6, which means... Nope, that's not a 6, that has to be an 8. Which means that's a 6, which means that's an 8. That's a 7. That 2 makes that a 3, makes that a 2, makes that a 3, makes that a 7, makes that an 8. 2, 3, and a 6. Can't actually go there. 2, 7, so that has to be the 4. 4 means that's a 6. That's an 8. That's a 6. I hope that would have solved more for me, but obviously it hasn't. I mean, 2... What are we missing? 1? Oh, we're missing a 3. And 3 has to go there now. This has to sub to 10, so now I can't have a 7. It's got to be the 4 there. 8. Can't have a 2, 8. How well do I trust this, actually? This can't have any low numbers in here, and it can't have an 8. Which the only high numbers it can have in here are 6 and 7. A 3 can't go there, so it is a 6. 6 and 7? Oh no, how old am I? We're just going to trust all of our markings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, maybe not all of them. Just going to hope I typed that in wrong. 1. There's got to be a 2 somewhere down here. It's not in there. So it's our 5 and a 2, 8 pair there. Yeah, that seems logical. And a 2 goes there. 8, 2, 5 from our markings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7 up there. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has an 8 in it now, so it has to be the 2 there. That has to be the 3, 6. 1, 2. We need a 3 somewhere. 3 can still go on both. 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 7. So 3 goes there, 7 goes there. 3 up there. 8. There we go. 53 minutes. Yeah, it just took me a while to get everything done there. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully I helped you out if you're struggling. Once again, I've got 20 free Sudokus. I really enjoy solving all of them. They're pretty fun, so go check them out. I think I'll leave the link to the website in the description. So the first 10 are uploaded there for you guys to go try, and I will upload these types of videos to them as well. Do a little walkthrough. But anyway, peace. The next one actually is going to be Killer Arrow Sudoku, so I'll try to get to that as soon as possible as well. Cheers, guys.